I have a very simple legacy formula. It's very simple. I was not great at math. You don't have to be for it. It's simple. Championships divided by teams you played for is how great your legacy. The higher the number on the far right column, the greater your legacy is. But now KD, 2 championships, but he's been on 5 teams at this junction in time. Your legacy is dependent upon how many championships you win and how many teams did you have to play for to do it. That's my simple legacy equation. I ain't got to get into all the gyrations and all the motions and all the debates. How many chips did you win? Good morning, beautiful people. We have drama, we have trouble brewing here in Los Angeles in the facility. Kevin Durant, he saw that and he shot back. I had to kick out a Kevin Durant apologist, that is Shady McCoy. I had to enter TJ Houshmandzadeh, 12-year, if I'm not mistaken, NFL veteran, to replace him. No, in all honesty, Shady's out there handling some business. Y'all know James Jones. Y'all know Rick Bucher. I'm not lying to y'all at home. I am under siege. I am under attack. Kevin Durant, I want to show y'all what KD said in response to that video. Take a look at it. He said, according to the great Kevin Durant's legacy formula that was created in the best labs at MIT, though Kevin Durant went to University of Texas as I did, Emmanuel is the worst linebacker of all time. You sure you want to listen to this guy about greatness? Now, here's the thing. I wasn't the best linebacker of all time, but the worst is a far, far stretch, KD. Again, I said my legacy formula. I said championships divided by number of teams played for equals your legacy meter. Rather than having to debate with everybody and they mama and them about legacy this and legacy that, I deduced a very simple formula for you all. How many championships did you win? How many teams did you play for? And the higher the number, the higher the final score, the greater the legacy. You see Kevin Durant there at the bottom. You see Kobe Bryant up there at the top. But again, that's a small list. I didn't include the likes of Dirk Nowitzki. I didn't include the likes, rather, of Michael Jordan, amongst other people. Like any rule, there are exceptions. Don't have time for the exceptions. But James, what I have time for is this. Whenever somebody in the family is under attack, you got kids, you got kids, you got kids.
100%.
You would hope the family, bang!
1,000.
Would rally around you, bang!
1,000. 1,000.
And support you. So, James, I know the answer, but I just want to confirm in front of the general public, the national audience,
100%.
Whose side are you on? Your boys? Or the person you don't know in Kevin Durant? I just wanted to confirm publicly for the whole world to see.
No doubt. And I don't know KD like that. I just watch KD.
And you know your boy.
And I know how special your boy is.
My dog, James Jones.
I don't even know really why this is.
A question.
A question.
You know what I mean?
Because even when I seen it on Twitter yesterday, I'm like, hey, man, they at each other. And you, my dog.
Here.
100, 100.
All day.
But I got to ride with KD. I got to ride with KD on this one, dog. You know, and I get it. I mean, shoot, KD can't put up graphics. I don't know if he got a graphic or not, you know what I mean? So he ain't put his graphic up yet. But Kevin Durant, man, is one of the coldest basketball players we've ever seen play this game.
He is.
A top 10 basketball player of all time, in my humble opinion.
One of the
two-time champion, two-time Finals MVP.
Two-time Emmy winner?
Two-time
Emmy winner?
Talk show.
Talk show. If we list the resumes.
And you my dog. You have accomplished a lot. But you know what? Mama teaches us a lot on this show, right?
What Mama tell you, Jay?
And Mama say sometimes.
I don't like what Mama say no more.
Sometimes you got to keep it real with your friends. You got to let your friends know when they're wrong, and you got to let your friends know when they're right. In this situation, in my humble opinion, I'm going to say my dog that sits up here on the desk with me every day is wrong in this situation. I'm riding with KD.
I can't believe.
You know,
just when you think you know a guy,
it was hard, man. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't sound that hard.
You know, now, KD, I might not.
You waited all it.
KD, I might not be here tomorrow, KD. So you know, look out for your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he said the Rockets do need a new tooth. The Rockets might be looking for a new tooth guard.
Assistant coach, ball boy, all that, you know?
Slick, I've been betrayed. I'm shocked.
It was tough, man.
I'm appalled.
It was tough, dog.
Heartbroken.
I'm
dejected, been rejected.
I've been there.
But Slick, bang!
Bang, yes, Slick.
Whose side are you on?
Team Acho.
My dog, Slick.
Team Acho. Look, he presented a very creative way to determine legacy. right? And he didn't go to MIT or any other institute of higher learning to figure out this formula. And, well, he came up with it all on his own. I applauded it yesterday, thought it was one of the nerdiest things I'd ever heard, but I thought it was beautiful. KD clapped back, did it in a fun and entertaining way. So it's not any love lost for KD. I mean, I really thought that was a clever way to come back. And more than anything, the two of them gave us some entertaining material at a very lean part of the sports calendar. But I'm going to go Team Acho because he's the one who started it. He's the one who was the instigator.
First punch.
And
That's
KD just came in and joined the party.
Oh, I feel you.
My dog Slick. My dog Slick.
You guys got room on this side of the
my bed. We might have to.
Okay.
It's my big dog Slick. I know what side Shady would have
I'm
been
surprised
on.
by you, Slick.
No doubt.
So you a throw first punch type dude, huh?
Oh, are you kidding me?
But here's the thing.
Hey, so Slick bomb first, huh?
Here's the thing.
Gotta get it in.
I don't know, TJ, that I threw a punch. You know what they say about hit dogs. What a hit dog gonna do is gonna holler.
Fair.
I just created a legacy formula. Crazy enough, it applies to every player that's ever played any game. So the fact that KD felt hit by it, again, you could apply this formula to any player. Obviously, there are outliers to any rule. There are exceptions to any rule, but it wasn't even a punch necessarily for me, TJ.
No, it was a punch. Yeah, it was a punch.
Because he was at the bottom of the graphic.
He was
at the bottom.
And it was one of them good jabs, too, T. You know what I mean? One of them good jabs. You know what they... I don't really know what... It was one of them good jabs because he basically said that Dirk, since he's been on one team with only one championship, his legacy is greater than KD's legacy because he's been on 5 different teams. And he has 2 championships and 2 finals MVPs and a league MVP.
Yeah.
And he's saying his leg. So it is a little jab. We're not saying it's a punch. It's a jab. You know what I'm saying? Because
here's why. Here's why, James. Because he built that list and he saw how it came out. And he said, we got to put this out there.
He knew when he was building it.
T, break the tie.
You knew a jab that was going to land.
Break the tie for us. Kevin Durant, his side, your boy.
Yeah, I'm interested.
My side.
To hear what T
Now,
said.
mind you, T wasn't here yesterday.
Yeah.
So T is digesting this information in real time in front of you all at home, in front of us in real time. Break the tie, T.
So initially, as you guys know, I was going to play Switzerland. I was going to be neutral in this. I'm like, no, I'm not picking a side. Then Acho gets on, and Shady's a KD apologist. And since I'm in Shady's seat,
Come on.
I'm going to rock with Shady in this. I'm with KD.
We got to keep it real, though,
This is what I like about KD is how many superstars like KD would respond to that. They would just kind of let it go, be upset. He responds to a lot. And this a lot gives us this conversation to talk about the LeBrons, the Steph Curry. They just water off a duck's back. Okay, it is what it is. He better not speak to me when he see me out in public type. But KD responds. But I'm hoping we can bring these two Texas Longhorns together.
Hey, that's the realest take right there.
What's all the beef? What's up with this, right? What happened?
Man.
Hook 'em.
Now that's the realest take, T. You know what I'm saying?
Longhorn going Longhorn. What is this?
Let me ask you though, T, because the conversation yesterday was about legacies. And it was about if KD goes to Houston, would it water down his legacy? James weighed in, Rick weighed in, I weighed in, you haven't weighed in. Do you think KD going to Houston waters down his legacy? The reason I would say so is if you look at one-teamers, I think one-teamers are the greatest of guys because you just stayed on that one team for that one time, or at least staying on that one team for as long as possible. Obviously, in football, sometimes it's harder to do. Our money's not fully guaranteed. Our money is not as big as basketball players. But do you think it waters down his legacy going to Houston?
I do not. And I was thinking about this on a drive here this morning. KD is one of one. And when I say that, this is what I mean. What player in NBA history from the start to the finish has been the best player on every team he's ever played on. He might be the only one. He's been the best player from his rookie year to now. Every single team he's played on, he has been the best player every single year. And so how can you tarnish your legacy when that is the case? Get drafted to the Seattle Supersonics, who turned into the Oklahoma City Thunder. Best player on the team. Yeah. I leave and go to Golden State. I'm the best player on the team because before KD, Curry averaged 22. With KD, he averaged 26. So he actually got better. And then he leaves, goes to Brooklyn. He's the best player on the team. He leaves and goes to Phoenix. He's the best player on the team. Unless somebody takes a huge jump in Houston, he's the best player on the team. We've never seen a guy go from year one to the end, and you're the best player every single year of your career. We've never seen that.
It's well said.
It's incredibly well said.
Yeah.
To me, though, then it just begs the question of, like, what does best mean? Not best in the term of, like, most talented, but what's it getting you? Because that's my issue. For all these best players on the team for 17 years in the NBA, we got 2 championships, and the 2 championships came by joining the best team in basketball, historically, a 73-win team. When LeBron was the best player on the team, everywhere he's been on, because I would suggest that's been the same thing for LeBron, maybe up until his 20th year this year, if you want to say it was Luka, that got LeBron 4 championships. That got LeBron 9 straight finals appearances. When Steph Curry was the best player on the team, and I would push back, but for the sake of time in the conversation, I'm not going to push back, Steph Curry being the best player on the team for the last 13 to 15 years, that got Steph Curry 4 championships, 2 of which he got without Kevin Durant. So for being the best player on the team for 17 straight years, where are the championships, plural, 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 to show for it? That's my tension.
Yeah, he has 2 championships.
No doubt. 2 of which he got by joining the Golden State Warriors that were a 73-win team that won before him and that won after him, so was going to win regardless of whether he was there or not. You could argue, were they going to win those 2 when he were there? You can make that argument. Fine. I can't debate if they were. No doubt, right?
But KD is going to have to win a championship with the Houston Rockets in the next 3 years. He's going to have to win a championship in the next 3 years with the Rockets. And I believe, on paper, who beating them? You the historian, who beating them? You look at what, he's their closer, Mariano Rivera. We all watch baseball. That's KD now. They didn't have that last year. They got the closer now. Who's beating them?
But here's why I hate this. Here's why I hate that statement, and not because TJ's saying it, because I made the same mistake the person to my right made. Remember, Kevin Durant joined the Brooklyn Nets 4 or 5 years ago. And when he joined the Brooklyn Nets, we saw Kyrie Irving, and we saw James Harden. And we all said to ourselves, who's beating them? And it's a fair question. Yeah. You joining Kyrie Irving and James Harden? We said that. Then everybody beat them. Then Kevin Durant joined the Phoenix Suns. And we said KD plus Book. Then we heard Beal. Wait a second. Beal done averaged 35 a game in a season before. Booker's dropped 70 in a game before. And Kevin Durant's the god. Who beating them? Everybody and their mama decided to beat them too. So now when you join Houston, T, I can't come on this same stage and the same podium in front of this same beautiful audience and suggest who's beating them. I don't know, maybe the same teams that's beat Kevin Durant the last 6 years?
Do you know why I say that? Is we just watched an NBA Finals where defensively it was something we hadn't seen in years. The Houston Rockets have that type of defense. They had those type of players. They had those type of guys that can play defense the same way Oklahoma City was playing defense, the same way the Pacers were playing defense, and they're young. They were just missing somebody that when we need a big shot, we know we can go to him at the end of the game.
And not only that, you can't do that to KD because we know how them situations played out.
Sure, I agree 1,000%.
You know what I'm saying? Kyrie wasn't playing. James Harden was in and out of the lineup. He ended up getting traded. So that was a mess in Brooklyn. And then when you get to the Suns, I mean, if you ask me, on the basketball court, KD held up his end of the bargain while how he played. Am I lying, Slick?
No, he played as well as he could. It was a bad idea to put that group together, but I can't discount the fact that KD wanted to go there. Like, he didn't see that wasn't a good fit. He wanted to go to Brooklyn. He thought he could make something out of that, and he couldn't. I don't give a whole lot of value to what TJ, like, it is unique, and it is special that he's capable of going to 5 different teams and being the best player. But, like, he chose to do that. I think there's enough other players that could potentially do that, but they didn't find reason to go to 5 different teams. I don't know what KD is searching for. I know he had it at Golden State. I will push back on the idea that
I thought we were just pushing back on T.
I'm pushing back.
Why are you pushing back on me?
I was very quiet here for a while, and I was collecting receipts. I got a lot to push back on here. One that I just, yes, it's unique that KD was that good on that many teams, or the best on that many teams, but it's part of being nomadic that other guys haven't found a need to be that way. The second part is, and I've always resisted this, is this idea that the Warriors were a championship team and KD just came on and carpetbagged on that. Because when he came on, they lost 2 starters, Harrison Barnes, Andrew Bogut. They lost their 2 best shot blockers, Andrew Bogut and Festus Ezeli. They lost their second and third rebounders, Andrew Bogut and Festus Ezeli. KD came on and had to, this was not the same team. They lost a number of their three-point shooters off the bench. KD had to come in and fill a lot of holes, and he did that. What made it unique is he didn't just come on as a scorer defensively.
Yeah.
He was their best rebounder.
Great.
He was their best shot blocker. Like, he did so many things to fill holes that team needed to fill to be a champion. So the idea that they were like a complete team, they were a 73-win team, and then he just came on and was the icing on the top is not accurate for what
I'll agree with that, but here's where I will disagree is when I think about the great Kevin Durant, first thing is regards to what James said. We all up here know too much about sports, and I trust you, the viewer, will know too much about sports as well to suggest the only responsibility of an athlete is to play the game. Not if you're the best player. If you're the best player, the responsibility of the athlete is not only to play the game, but to ensure that everybody around you can play the game to the best of their ability and also get the best of everybody around you. James does not just walk into here at 6:59 PST, get mic'd up, sit in his desk and do a show. Because that's not the responsibility of that. And y'all know good and gosh darn well, I don't do that. Because the responsibility of somebody isn't just to do what you see. I remember talking to my ENT doctor one time, had vocal cord surgery back in the day, and one of the charges was a high number. And I said, man, that's a lot of money. She said, you're not just paying for the visit. You're paying for all the schooling I went to. You're paying for all the med school I went to. You're paying for the residency. That's what you're paying for, not for the 10 minutes of treatment. In the same manner, Kevin Durant, you're not just giving us the 48 minutes of on the basketball court. You're giving us the conversation with Kyrie Irving at 11 o'clock when Kyrie's thinking, man, you know what? I don't really want to have a coach this year.
So his
bro.
legacy takes a hit because that's not him?
His legacy takes a hit because players do not become the best version of themselves when they play with Kevin Durant. Now, some of that onus has to be on the player. Bradley Beal, why'd you disappear this year? Devin Booker, why'd you not disappear this year, but why weren't you your maximal version? Kyrie Irving, all of a sudden you decide to get as distracted as you've ever been when you're with KD. Everything you're saying, T, because when you were saying, I was like, man, T's right. Like, this Houston team plays with tenacity, plays with grit, plays with effort, plays with energy. I instantly thought, I wonder how they'll play when KD shows up. I wonder how they'll play. Because last year they did. I don't know what they're going to do this year.
You know, I don't think that changes. Dylan Brooks brought a lot of that. But, man, do y'all see Emmanuel Acho? Do you see him on the sideline? Yeah. He act like he ready to take his stuff off and put on a uniform or something. The way that he carries himself as a head coach, that's not changing.
But here's the thing. Remember, we saw what Monty Williams was doing with the Suns as a head coach for even longer, and they went to a championship.
But Monty Williams is like more reserved.
Agreed, but I'm suggesting this. KD shows up. Devin Booker, who up until that point had just kind of been a nice kind of killer. All of a sudden, Monty Williams gone, and Devin Booker want to tweet 36 unbothered. KD's number plus his jersey number. I'm like, Booker, when did you turn into a villain?
But how is that?
You've never been a villain.
How is that KD's fault, though?
To me, it's not KD's fault, but I do believe the best player has the responsibility to make sure. James, if you late every day, I got a responsibility to make sure, like, hey, Jay, I need you on time. James isn't late every day.
And I agree with that, but that's not the type of player KD is. And KD is a give me the ball, I am going to do my job. Yeah. Defensively, I am going to do my job. I'm not Chris Paul or Halliburton, and I'm finna create for everybody. And another thing is I think when people see KD come on their team, they instantly take the back seat. You've seen it with Steph Curry and them. When the game was on the line, him, Clay, Dre, Kerr, all was looking for him. Everybody, when he shows up in the building, I believe naturally people take the back seat because that is KD, and that's how they play falls.
Then don't you empower, and I'm going to say something, I'm going to say two things, and then Slick, finish it off. I have two thoughts. Number one, the best player, you don't have that luxury. If that's not in your DNA, you don't have that luxury. Quarterbacks, and you know this as a wide receiver, and you know it as a wide receiver, quarterbacks don't have the luxury to be like timid leaders, to be quiet leaders. They don't have the, it's just not his personality. Find it. The job of a quarterback is to be a galvanizer. You have told me explicitly how Aaron Rodgers would say, hey, Jay, just go make a play. Hey, Jay, Aaron Rodgers wasn't just throwing you beautiful passes. I'm sure Carson Palmer wasn't just throwing you balls. It's also saying stuff to you, texting you the night before. Hey, I trust you can beat Revis on this. Hey, I got to go to you. Hey, T, I'm going to you because Chad going to get double teamed. I got to go to you. So the job of a best player, in my summation and estimation, is to be more than just the talents.
And before Slick goes real quick, I understand that, Acho, but at the same time, I think throwing the ball to somebody is different than you can go get the ball on your own in basketball and do you. You don't need no motivation for somebody to go get. You've been getting a bucket before KD was there. I just don't know how we can blame that on Kevin Durant.
It's not so much getting a bucket, but you said every team he goes to, they look to him. All of us, whether it's our families, whether it's our coworkers, whatever situation we are in, when we're looked to do something, it may not be in our wheelhouse. But if we're asked to do it for the benefit of the group, we're going to try. And that's where I believe that KD has always taken the exit and said, that's not me. I don't do that. Okay, you may not, and it may not come natural to you, but you try because the team is looking to you to be that because of how talented you are. And when you reject doing that, then you leave your team at a loss, and I think it's why you don't see players always be their absolute best with KD. And this is the big difference for me between Steph and KD. If you're just talking about pure talent, I'm always going to, KD, pure talent, size, everything that he has, he's a better player than Steph. Steph, 10 times is a better leader. He makes those around him better, and he benefits from that. And to me, that is an asset he has that KD does not.
So really quick.
I got to tell you. I got to tell you.
Oh, I had a question.
Hey, we all know Thunder are the champs. The champs are here. But it's also the 7th straight season that we got a different team to win a title. It's fascinating. Even more fascinating, our own Colin Cowherd, he ranked the last 7 NBA champions. It kicked up a lot of dust on social media, so we wanted to bring it here to you. Some surprising features. The Bubble Lakers 2020 were Colin's first champion over the last 7 years. Then you got the Celtics, the Nuggets, the Warriors, the Bucks, followed by this year's champ, the Thunder, actually ranking him the 6th, and then the 19 Raptors, which beat a maligned Golden State Warriors team. I think we all unanimously agree the Raptors at number 7, but Slick, you already talked to Colin about this previously.
Yeah.
Share your thoughts here with us on this show. I was most surprised you could suggest by seeing the Lakers at number 1.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to thank Colin, as I thanked you, for giving us material to discuss at this time of year. And his list really isn't, it's pretty good. He just has one major flaw.
Which is?
And that's the number 1 team. Like, the rest of the order is I can pretty much agree with it. I just would have that Lakers bubble team somewhere between 5th and 6th, maybe 4th, but somewhere at that end of the spectrum, as opposed to being the number 1 team, considering all the circumstances involved.
I could make a case, and I've tried to make this case, because when I look at that list, at first I was like, wait a second, what is this? Then I said, you know what? That Lakers championship team, I don't think gets enough respect. The reason I don't think they get enough respect is because a healthy Anthony Davis is a different type of player, and he was healthy that year because he had those 4 months rest. And then you have a LeBron James, not a prime LeBron James, I don't believe, but you still have a LeBron James who knows more than anybody on any of the other championship teams how to get it done, and you had LeBron also on 4 months rest. Couple that with a team that was actually well constructed. You think about Dwight Howard, you had the big. Alex Caruso, you just saw what he was capable of doing. That was an even younger Alex Caruso. You had shooting because I think you had KCP, plus you had Danny Green. You had athleticism because you had Kyle Kuzma. You still had veteran backups because you had Rondo. That team was actually incredibly well constructed. Star players, athleticism, size, three-point shooting, and LeBron James. So I wanted to push back, but then I thought about it and I said, wait a second. The Lakers might be, or at least have a very strong argument to be, the best championship team over the last 7 years.
They definitely had a good team, but I can't get my, like the bubble. That's all I think about. Like, you don't have to deal with no home crowds. You don't have to go on the road. That matters, though.
But here is why I hate this argument. I argued this with Rick before the show. I could make the case that the bubble is the greatest championship because what is sports? And we all played sports down here. You played professionally for however many years. I played for however many years. Slick, you've watched the game for countless years. Sports is arbitrary. We decided to take a football and say we're going to put yard marks every 5 yards. We're going to make it 53 1/3 wide, 120 long if you include the 10-yard end zones. We're going to put these yellow-shaped things, and you got to kick it here. Now, if you kick it between it, it's 3 points. If you kick it after a touchdown, it's 1 point. Sports is arbitrary. The bubble was the most arbitrary conglomerate of sports we've seen.
Yeah.
We removed the fans. We removed the family. We put you in a random city. We put you in a hotel. If you leave, you have to quarantine. If you got sick, you have to quarantine. You can't go to weddings. You better not go to a strip club, Lemon Pepper Lou. And that was the ultimate championship ever because that was sports, James. It was like, we're just going to throw stuff at an athlete and they're going to have to adjust on the fly.
It might be you and one other person in the world that thinks like that right there. Fans and all that matter. The pressure and all that matters. It's no fans or none of that there. You can't tell me that this series that we just watched goes 7 in the bubble. It's probably 4-1 Thunder if it's in the bubble. You have no fans. You have no pressure. You have no nothing. It's just you and the other dudes there walking around Disney World. What up, bruh? That's, to me, respect to the Lakers for winning that. But when I seen the Celtics and the Nuggets and the Warriors and Giannis and them Bucks and all, I can't put the Lakers up there at 1. Now, the Lakers is in there somewhere. I put them down there at, like Slick said, between 5 and 6, but they can't go in there. To me, they didn't go through no adversity. You didn't have to get on no plane and go play no road games. You didn't have to do none of that. Who knows how Anthony Davis and them boys would play? I don't. I humbly do not give a lot of respect like you do to that bubble championship. I don't. I don't know about Slick.
Yeah. No, let's spin out your theory, right?
That was something.
Can we see the list again for viewers that are just tuning in? Colin Cowherd ranked his last 7 champions. Let's see that list again.
And your suggestion is that the Lakers championship is the greatest ever because the circumstances were unexpected.
Is that what you're saying?
And they responded
Not the greatest. Of the last 7 years, you could make that case. Like, that's a case that I'm more than willing to listen to. And if someone wanted me to make it, I'd stand side by side with them. And I could be like, you know what? I'll hear that.
So if we could take that to the extreme and say, you know what? We're going to take all these teams and now we're going to play Ultimate Frisbee. Because that's completely unexpected. And you were the Ultimate Frisbee champion. You were the greatest champion of the last 7 years because you responded to unexpected circumstances.
That's sports.
Better than anybody else.
Like, that is, when I was talking to a Hall of Fame coach and they told me the thing I tell my team before every game is, can you deal with sudden change? Can you deal with random events? And can you deal with adversity? Those are like his 3 things. Random event. Your star quarterback gets hurt in the middle of the second quarter. Sudden change. James Jones catches a pass. He's about to score. Fumble. Oh, you thought you were about to score. Now sudden change. And then adversity, you're down 14-0 after the first 6 minutes of the game. The bubble gave you all of that. That 2020 Lakers team, James, what do we want to do when we want to ice out a kicker? We tell everybody to get quiet or we tell everybody to make noise? What do we do when we were working out in college? The strength coach will blow the whistle. Beep, sudden change, everybody outside. Sports is all about having to deal with adversity, and the Lakers did that better than anybody. Plus, you had LeBron. And you had AD?
And but you prepare for that. You prepare for those unexpected circumstances. And you're still playing the game. And you build your team with the idea of we're going to be able to respond to these different circumstances. The bubble presented circumstances that no one building their team or preparing their team would have anticipated.
So then who's your champ?
So you had teams that were better suited for it, but they just luckily
Who's your best team in the last 7 years? Of the different seven champions.
Boston Celtics.
2024 Celtics.
Yeah, just top to bottom talent-wise, and what they were able to get done. I put them there.
Yeah, I would put the Celtics. I would definitely move the Lakers. I would put the Celtics at 1. I like them Nuggets. I might even put the Bucks, because what the Bucks did in 2021, I might move them up to in front of the Warriors at 4.
But it's close.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the list makes a ton of sense.
With all that funny business you just said, because like when that's what I be telling my kids. All that funny stuff you just told me right now of why you didn't make the play. Because when people hear 2020, they instantly don't say, "Man, that was the greatest." That was the greatest. No fans, no. They just said, "Man, that Brian and them got that in the bubble." That's what they say. That's what the normal people say. All right, so with your list, where are you putting the Lakers at?
Realistically speaking, I'm either putting the Celtics at 1 probably, or I'm putting the Bucks at 1. I think that Bucks team.
Forget the other team. Where are you moving them Lakers to?
I'd probably put them at 3. Like, if I'm creating the list, I'd probably just put the Lakers.
So you got Celtics 1?
Probably Celtics 1, Bucks 2, Lakers 3, Nuggets 4, Warriors 5, Thunder 6.
You mean to tell me that Curry run in 2022? That Laker bubble was better?
But here's why. Because we have to remember that Curry run, we call it a Curry run. Jordan Poole led him through the first series and a half.
Warriors team.
That Warriors team wasn't a great team.
Exactly.
It wasn't a great team. I refuse to believe that LeBron James, peak AD, healthy AD, is going to be taken down and outmanned by Steph Curry and Wiggins. I just refuse to believe that. And Draymond Green. I refuse to believe that.
And Clay.
If you want to tell, Clay wasn't really, he wasn't
LeBron
getting active
has
at all.
been beat by them boys.
If you wanted to tell me that Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Drew, if you want to tell me they were going to do it, I say bet. If you want to even tell me that Giannis was going to do it, Giannis and Middleton and Drew, I'd say cool. If you wanted to convince me the Nuggets were going to do it, but there is no way on this beautiful earth that we walk on that Steph Curry 2022 team is going to make a legitimate move.
And yet,
with Kevin Durant.
And yet, they beat the core of the Boston Celtics team that we're all putting.
I know. Which is fascinating,
right?
Talk to him.
Well, I think that's an indictment on us putting the Celtics at 1. I think on paper the Celtics were really good, but like, were the Celtics as good as mentally here, not physically, talent-wise?
In 2024 they were. That's why you put them there, because you added a Drew Holiday, because you added a Kristaps.
That matters.
So that puts the 2020. I'm not putting the 2023 team there, but the Warriors, we can discount them not knowing what Jordan Poole was or giving him credit for his contribution or Andrew Wiggins or all that. I just think if we're going to look at what by the same token, if you're going to say, you know what made the Lakers special was because they were a team. Mm-hmm. Well, the Golden State Warriors in 2022 were a team.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They came together and everybody contributed. And Steph more than anybody else. I know about how he prepped for that season to come back after 2 seasons down. I give him more credit for that championship than any of the others because I know how hard it was.
Yeah. Acho really didn't mean that, y'all. I see his coffee over here. He usually don't drink coffee.
When we return, the NBA season is officially over. So how do we feel about the big name teams after the break? Emoji Mayhem, people, if you have tuned into the facility, this is the highlight of every show. You do not want to miss it. If you walk away, you better make sure you run back. It's next in the facility. The NBA season is over, and now we are looking forward to what is next. So how do we feel about a few teams heading into the offseason? We'll show you in Emoji Mayhem, starting with the Lakers, Luka Doncic, LeBron James. We know they lost in the first round of the playoffs. So TJ, using emojis and emojis only, how are you feeling about the Lakers heading into the offseason?
I'm nervous. Man, I'm nervous. I'm the Lakers. We need to acquire more talent. So that makes me nervous because we need some guys to come in and help us. Sweat.
I'm sweating. But I'm sweating for two reasons. Luka Doncic, you better be sweating because you need to be getting in shape. So that's the first reason I'm sweating. The second reason I'm sweating is Lakers. Y'all got a lot of pressure this offseason. You got a lot of pressure going into this season. I'm sweating.
Yeah, I'm sleeping. They're stuck between the Luka era and the LeBron era until they figure out and move off of one and get fully into the other. Nothing to see here, folks.
I'm thinking. Because I want to believe, and I want to believe like Luka and Bron going to make a run and get back to the playoffs. But then again, I sit here thinking like, the West is getting stronger. Can they make a push?
Let's take a look at the fans. The fans are thinking as well. 31% overwhelmingly thinking. Fans side with James Jones on that one. Hey, moving on to Dallas. The Mavericks, they got the #1 overall pick. Expected to draft Cooper Flag. But Kyrie Irving, he tore his ACL this season. Anthony Davis, he's supposed to bounce back. TJ, how are we feeling about my hometown, the Dallas Mavericks?
I see you, T. Let me rock with you there.
Go ahead and put my Lokes on.
Yeah, Lokes up.
Feeling really good. I got the #1 pick. Kyrie gonna be back mid-season with AD. We just re-signed Daniel Gafford to an extension. I'm feeling real good. I'm cool.
Let's cut straight to James, man.
Yeah, you see me with my Lokes on. Yeah. You see me with oh, that's Acho. I'm like, no, I'm cool right now. You know what I'm saying? #1 pick. Kyrie will be back. AD, we looking cool over there.
You know what I'm doing. I'm thinking, so Slick, where you at?
I'm nervous because for all the reasons that you guys said, but they got to make good on it. Cooper Flag's got to be that. No.
Go ahead and put your Lokes on.
At best.
There you go.
The fans, they sleep. They sleeping.
Yeah, they sleeping on the Mavs.
They really sleeping.
I get it. All right, let's move on to the Rockets. Kevin Durant joining a team that was the #2 seed. TJ, how you feeling about the Rockets heading into the offseason?
I gotta salute them. The Rockets,
I like that one.
With that team, with KD, sky the limit.
There's only one right answer. There is only one right answer. If you're not nervous, you lying to yourself. Kevin Durant joined the Nets team, and we thought they were going to be great. They weren't. He joined the Suns team. We thought they were going to be great. They missed the playoffs. The Rockets could win a chip, or they could miss the playoffs. Remember, Kevin Durant's only won 2 playoff series since he last won with the Warriors in 2019. 2 series. And now you think he's about to win 4 and win a championship?
He's going to win 2 this next season.
I'm nervous.
No, that's correct. You are nervous because he actually might get it done there. And then what are we going to say? No, I am, I have to salute this because I don't know, I'm not on the bandwagon the way that that my man TJ is, but they are going to be better.
Yeah. I got nose breathing. They gonna be a tough outing. They gonna be a tough outing for everybody. And when they pull up on you, they gonna pull up on you just like that, because they got a walking bucket on their team right now.
Looks like the fans rocking with your boy. Fans are nervous as well. I understand, fans. I understand. Let's move on to this. Is a fun one. The New York Knicks, they still do not have a head coach. Eastern Conference Finals this past year, they lost to the Pacers in 6. Thibodeau was fired. TJ, how you feeling, Knicks?
They that little baby diaper, little poop in the baby diaper. That's the Knicks. What y'all doing? Like, what are y'all doing?
That might be the first poop we got, though. That might be the first poop
That's
we
what
use,
they
man.
That's great usage.
Oh, my goodness.
I am laughing.
Why are you laughing at the Knicks?
I'm belly laughing. How y'all ain't got a coach? Like, y'all still ain't got a coach. Like, y'all still do not have a coach. Why? I'm not crying. I'm laughing. Thank you. I'm laughing. I'm crying for Knicks fans. Sorry, Colin, but I'm laughing myself.
Yeah, I go poop, but I just don't like to see poop streaming down next to me. So I'm going to go angry because, look, you had a team that just went to the conference finals, and you've completely kicked the can when it comes to picking a new coach. I don't have a problem with you moving on from Tom Thibodeau, but have a plan. They didn't have one.
Yeah, I'm right with you, Slick. I'm angry, and it's kind of like when I'm angry at my kids in public. Get them. What did you do? What is y'all doing? That's how I feel about the Knicks. What is y'all doing, man? Come on, man.
The fans are overwhelmingly. This is a landslide. Nearly
T, they rocking with T.
Rocking with TJ. Just straight.
I don't need that poop going over me like
emojis. That might be the most dominating vote we've ever had in the history of the facility.
Yeah.
Hey, last, the reigning champs, the OKC Thunder. T, how you feeling about the Thunder?
Congratulations.
Everybody
Salute them.
Okay, there you go.
They
That's
did
a good
a
one,
hell of
too.
a job
I'll say-
winning this. We give them a salute, and they get the low.
There you go.
I see
With
you,
you
boy.
on
That
that.
boy look like CB4. No,
I'm here with it.
there it is.
I'm here with it.
Is. Oh,
I'm
wait.
here with it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That boy looks-
Shay's on.
Yeah, he
they
looks-
won it. They
That's
won
the R&B
shit.
singer Acho right
Yeah,
there.
He looks straight out of Compton.
Well, yeah, Slick. Okay.
Slick.
Congratulations, face of the
Everybody
league,
cool.
SGA. I'm right there with you, bro.
I see you, Slick. I see you, Slick. Everybody should have these on, though. Star eyes, for sure, man. We champions. We champions. We finna have a parade. Everybody should go get these. There's some blokes on, and they should be having fun at the parade.
Let's see where the fans is at. Fans got the glasses on, baby.
There we go.
I see it, baby. Fans, you right there with us. Hey, that was fun. That's my most fun segment of the show.